Do you ever feel like you're working incredibly hard but not seeing any results? It's a common sentiment, isn't it? You pour your heart and soul into a project, a job, a dream, and yet the fruits of your labor seem elusive, as if playing a never-ending game of hide and seek. You're not alone in this struggle. It's a battle many face, the challenge of persistence. Let's pause for a moment and consider a concept, one that might be a bit bitter to swallow: delayed gratification. It's the idea that the rewards of hard work may not always be immediate, that the seeds sown today may only bloom tomorrow. It's a test of patience, a test of perseverance. And yet, it's a test that can yield the sweetest of rewards, the kind of rewards that make the struggle worthwhile, the kind of rewards that transform lives. But remember, the night is darkest just before the dawn. Scene script. Let's take Walt Disney, for instance, who faced numerous rejections before he became a household name. Born in December of 1891, Walter Elias Disney grew up with a vivid imagination and an unquenchable passion for art. Despite his humble beginnings, his dreams always soared high, higher than the sky itself. But as with any journey to greatness, Walt's path was not without its thorns and hurdles. In the early 1920s, Walt ventured into the business world with his first animation company, Laugh-O-Gram Studio. The venture, however, was a financial disaster. With just a suitcase, $20 in his pocket, and a heart full of dreams, Walt found himself in Hollywood. There he faced a stream of rejections, with critics telling him that his ideas were too ambitious, too whimsical, well, Disney. But Walt didn't let the world dictate the dimensions of his dreams. He was relentless, undeterred by the voices that sought to bring him down. He once said, "I always like to look on the optimistic side of life, but I'm realistic enough to know that life is a complex matter." The critics were relentless, but so was Walt. He weathered the storm of rejections and failures, never losing sight of his dreams. His belief was unshakable, his determination unbreakable, his resilience undeniable. And then, in the year 1928, his tenacity bore fruit. A certain charming mouse named Mickey came to life on the silver screen, enchanting audiences worldwide. Walt Disney had finally broken through, his dreams no longer confined to his imagination, but brought to life for the world to see. Today, the name Disney is synonymous with magic, wonder, and the power of imagination. The legacy left by Walt Disney serves as a testament to what can be achieved when we dare to dream and have the courage to pursue those dreams, no matter the odds. Disney once said, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." Through his life, he showed us that this is not just a fancy phrase, but a timeless truth. Similarly, J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, faced numerous hardships before her success. Born as Joanne Rowling in July of 1965, she was a single mother struggling to make ends meet. She lived in the beautiful city of Edinburgh, Scotland. But her life was far from picturesque. Rowling's passion for writing was ignited at a young age. She often dreamt of a young wizard, Harry Potter, and his magical adventures. These dreams were her escape from the harsh realities of her everyday life. She penned down the first Harry Potter manuscript on an old manual typewriter, often writing in cafes while her infant daughter slept beside her. Despite her circumstances, Rowling never let go of her dream. But the road to publishing was not smooth. She faced rejection after rejection from publishers. Some said the book was too long for children, others simply weren't interested. 12 times her manuscript was turned down. But Rowling was not deterred. She believed in her story, in the world she had created, and she refused to let it go unheard. Her 13th attempt was met with success. Bloomsbury, a small British publishing house, decided to take a chance on her. The first Harry Potter book hit the shelves in 1997, and the rest, as they say, is history. The Harry Potter series has since sold over 450 million copies worldwide, and it has been translated into 78 languages. Rowling's perseverance had paid off, but it wasn't just about the success, it was about the impact. The world of Harry Potter has touched millions of lives, inspired countless children, and sparked a love for reading in a whole new generation. Rowling's story is a testament to the power of persistence and the magic of believing in oneself. She once said, "It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all." And that indeed is the true magic of J.K. Rowling's tale. And then there's Colonel Sanders, who started Kentucky Fried Chicken at the age of 65. What a tale this one is. Born in 1890, Harlan David Sanders had a difficult childhood, losing his father at a young age and needing to work to help his family. His early life was a series of trying and failing at various jobs. He was a streetcar conductor, a railroad fireman, a lawyer, a life insurance salesman, and even a midwife delivering babies. But Sanders never lost hope. He always got back up, dusted himself off, and tried again. But it was in his 40s, while operating a service station in Corbin, Kentucky, that Sanders began to cook. He served meals to travelers who stopped by, and it was here that he began to experiment with a fried chicken recipe. This was the seed that would eventually grow into Kentucky Fried Chicken. But success was not immediate. In fact, Sanders' recipe was rejected over 1,000 times before he found a restaurant willing to use it. Imagine that level of perseverance. It was not until he was 65 years old that Sanders established Kentucky Fried Chicken. His secret recipe, a blend of 11 herbs and spices, is still used today and is one of the most closely guarded secrets in the culinary world. His story is a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of believing in yourself and your ideas, even when others do not. It's a reminder that it's never too late to start, never too late to succeed. Sanders pursued his dream relentlessly, with a determination that was unyielding. He knew he had something special, and he refused to let go of it. Even in the face of repeated rejection, he kept going. That's the kind of spirit that can turn dreams into reality. Sanders once said, "I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something." And accomplish something he certainly did. These stories are not mere coincidences, but rather a testament to the power of persistence. Indeed, each narrative we've shared today, whether it's Walt Disney, who was turned down 302 times before he got financing for his dream of creating the happiest place on earth, or J.K. Rowling, who was rejected by 12 major publishers before the world was introduced to Harry Potter, or Colonel Sanders, who was rejected 1,009 times before a restaurant accepted his recipe, each tale is a shining example of the magic that can happen when you refuse to give up. These individuals didn't just have big dreams, they had the tenacity and the belief in themselves to keep going, even when the odds were stacked against them. They understood that the path to success is often littered with obstacles, but they also recognized that these obstacles were not roadblocks, but stepping stones, leading them closer to their goals. Now let's delve a bit deeper into this concept of delayed gratification. It's the ability to resist the temptation for an immediate reward and wait for a later, often greater reward. It's about understanding that the best things in life are worth waiting for, and more often than not, they require hard work, patience, and yes, persistence. So, whether you're an aspiring writer, a budding entrepreneur, or simply someone with a dream, remember this: persistence is power. It's the fuel that keeps the engine of success running. It's the key that unlocks the door to your dreams. It's the strength that turns impossibilities into possibilities. And if you ever find yourself on the brink of giving up, remember the words of Thomas Edison, a man who himself faced countless failures before inventing the light bulb. He said, "Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up." Don't be one of those people. Believe in yourself, face each failure with grace, and above all, persist. Because as these stories prove, the power of persistence can turn even the most far-fetched dreams into reality. As Thomas Edison said, many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. So if you ever feel like you're working hard but not seeing any results, remember these stories. Remember Walt Disney, J.K. Rowling, and Colonel Sanders. They faced rejection after rejection, hardship after hardship. Yet they never gave up. They held on to their dreams with a tenacity that was nothing short of inspiring. Success is often a slow process. It's not about speed, but about endurance. It requires patience, grit, and a resilient spirit. It's about getting up one more time than you've been knocked down. It's about keeping the faith, even when the odds seem stacked against you. So don't be disheartened if your journey is taking longer than you expected. Don't be discouraged if your efforts seem to go unnoticed. Remember, the most beautiful sunrises often follow the darkest nights. Keep going, your dawn is coming. And always remember, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams.